Okay, so today we're going to go ahead and take LR, Gamma 1, and Gamma 2 into the Broly Supreme Battle Spectacle here. And I think they're going to look very, very good. Now, I think the goal you want to actually get is have the Gammas on rotation together for, like, if you're trying to use them specifically, obviously, because they share 7 links together. Now, they could work as double floaters. Maybe I'll make a video like, is this the best superheroes team? But honestly, with that, it's probably just double Beast Gohan, right? But there'll probably be a floater on that team, and all the Beast Gohan showcases, I've been using them as a floater, well, at least a lot of them anyways. And right here, again, this is their showcase, so that's why I'm having them on rotation. We're gonna go ahead and we'll play intro animations this time, right? I don't play them. Like, in the past few videos, I haven't really played a lot of them. So we'll play them this time, because they're all, again, very nice. Now, the good thing about Broly is that he doesn't have, like, any lock or any gimmick like that. So we're going to be looking very good. We'll go ahead and let Gamma 1 go right here. And we're actually going to be cooking. We're going to get... I might just grab these two. And the reason why is because we know the Gammas get a lot of crit. Which, speaking of, what is this friend at? The friend is not even link level 10, huh? I mean, I actually really want my Gammas to be the one that gets the standby, but I'm not sure if that's something I'll be able to control necessarily. We'll grab this, and then we'll grab this. So that should be fine, right? Yeah, dude, very unfortunate. The Rainbow Gammas, I mean, the link levels do really matter. Because, I mean, Android Assault gets 10% extra defense. Red Ribbon Army gets extra attack. Hero of Justice, actually, to be fair, only gets crit. Signature Pose gets 7% attack. Fierce Battle gets 5%. The Legendary Power gets 5%. And when you add that all up together, that is, to be fair, only 20% attack. No, 25%. Wait, let me see here. I can't do the math in my head, apparently. I'm so silly. That's 20% attack. No, 27%. Yep. You guys just probably think I sound really stupid. That is 27% attack and 15% defense that they get from links, right? So luckily we got the additionals right there. So the thing with getting all those additionals is that we're gonna have the standby scope we can do next turn. I could also wait, which... I really would not want to wait. Ideally, okay, thanks. Thanks, what are you doing? Well, I guess I could just stand by with mine now. Because he didn't dodge. Are you serious? Yeah, see, what silly little guys. Why did you do that? Cool. I mean, we're gonna have to do this. We'll grab all of this, and then Orange Pickle can just grab all these. I mean, Beast Gohans wouldn't die anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. The only thing that sucks, quote unquote, about this rotation is that Beast Gohan probably finishes this guy off, and with that happening, there's going to be an issue of Gogeta not getting a stack, but, I mean, we'll be okay. We have the target skill if needed. Then when Gogeta Blue transforms, he'll heal and he has dodge, right? He'll be fine. He'll be okay. Okay, so... yeah, again, I'm probably just going to get my Gammas out here like that, right? I think that'll be the best case scenario. Keep in mind, when it comes to the standby skill, you are able to use it when you do 3 attacks or after you're under 70% HP. So it's either one of those that you can go ahead and get it off with. Ideally, I don't like... okay, wait, I could do this. And then we can get 2 AGL orbs here. Perfect. Okay. I don't want a Sensu necessarily, but I feel like if I don't, you know what? We're in it for the risk, man. Let's go. As long as he doesn't instantly super, we're good. Okay, yeah, perfect. Now, these guys actually do raise their defense by quite a lot. So, we got all these int key spheres, so they're going to be guaranteed critting because they get 30% crit chance per int key sphere. And then they get up to 2 additional super attacks per int key sphere. So, you just only have to grab 2 for the additional supers. And then obviously they can get their hidden potential system one, right? But the thing is that both of these guys are supporting each other by 50%. Yeah, dude, look at the damage the Gammas are doing. That's crazy. But these guys are also raising super class allies defense by 50% for the turn as well. And now they have 50% damage reduction. This Broly super attack should not hurt them. It actually might even do double digits. Yeah. The Gammas are really stupid too. You know, obviously we're all like, oh my god, Beast Gohan's so good. But when you get the Gammas linked up together, man, they're really crazy. And even if you're unable to grab int key spheres, you still could grab STR and AGL key spheres for the additionals, and then they get 12% crit instead of 30%, but and that's obviously per key sphere. But the fact is that they're able to still get the additionals, and it is an additional with a great chance to be a super, but pretty often you're still able to get even at least one of them, right? Like, look at this. We just one-turn this in phase. Or a Broly, right? This Broly phase hits pretty hard again. He does about, well, I say pretty hard. And it's crazy because it's like, oh yeah, he does basically like what? 3 mil damage, like 1.3 to 1.4 million damage, and oh, we're not getting their support buff. Aw, that does suck because we're under 50%, so we're not actually getting the support buff that they can get. Very unfortunate. We'll go ahead and use Beast Gohan's target skill though. That works out too. I want to protect this rotation here, and this rotation, right? This fight, he hits really hard here for sure. We also want to try and build up a bunch of these EGL key spheres because we're going to use the standby next turn. And then the thing with Gamma 1, when he's by himself post exchange, he's just Gamma 1, right? The thing about him is he is able to change those AGL key spheres into int key spheres, right? Which is really, really nice. And once he changes those AGL key spheres to int key spheres, obviously, he gets a lot of boost from those int key spheres, right? So how it would work for him, excuse me, is he gets a guaranteed additional super attack baseline. Now, you can't do 2 additional super attacks anymore, but he gets 1 baseline guaranteed additional super. To make up for it, though, he does have a baseline of 30% reduction, and then for every int key sphere you get, you can get up to another 50% damage reduction, right? And being fair, you have to be above 30% HP to get the full 30%, but it's not really that big of a deal to be above 30% HP, right? Especially if this is the turn before, right? And then you're just like, oh yeah, Beast Gohan's protecting, right? So with that in mind, you're able to basically get up to 80% damage reduction. And it's like, you know, these guys are sitting like at 500k defense start of turn with 80% reduction. Another thing that Gamma 1 does when he's like post standby is he actually allows you to buff all superclass allies defense by 50% for 2 turns, which is obviously absurdly busted, right? So right here we can go ahead and we'll see the end orb changing, and then things are going to go again really, really, really crazy here. Yeah, dude, the Gamma, like the standby with them can hit really, 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 really hard. And that's why I gave them crit. I want to explain it every time I use it, but I gave them 24 crit, right? And you may be thinking, they get a lot of crit built up in their passive, right? It's really because the Finish skill can't crit. It's just like the Dragon Ball Z Duo. Even though they have a lot of crit built in their passive, them critting on that, I think, is way more important to me than them getting a 4th additional, even, because they don't really need the 4th additional, and even then I still have a decent amount of additional built into them, so it's really actually not even that big of a deal. We can go ahead and even standby into this guy as well, but we're gonna get, okay, so what are we looking like here? We're looking at 516k defense with 80% damage reduction. But I mean, I don't think I have to tell you guys, that is pretty good. With 80% reduction, and they're going to provide a 2-turn support buff. Broly here, this guy hits for 1.7 mil basically, and he has a 40% defense cut. What kind of damage do we take here? 87k. And that super attack still does do good damage, right? It's not as specifically hard hitting as some of these other bosses, but the thing is that this Broly, that 40% defense cut matters a lot, especially to the Gammas. That's a pure 40% defense loss. But now, guess what? All the units in this rotation have the extra defense, right? So if we take a look here, we can see Beast Gohan is at 500k start of turn. Gogeta Blue, 348k, and then even the Gamma right here, at a pretty decent level himself, right? So, with all this in mind, we're looking very, very good here. We'll go ahead and grab this, we'll grab this, and then again, with each attack that we do build up the meter. So we see right there, the meter is only at 1, but we're still able to build up more and more and more, right? And yeah, like even if it's not on rotation, providing that 2-turn support is really insane. And I just think it's so nice that it's so easy to get the standby out with the Gammas. I found it's just so easy to get the standby out. It's actually insane. It's super nice being able to get that standby like that. And then obviously, like, they're good with damage, but we have, like, you know, like Beast Gohan here as well, Gogeta Blue. You know, you could run Physical Ultimate Gohan, and some other characters and superheroes that are more damage orientated, right? And then things look very, very good for you. I do actually like running Gamma 1 on this variant of the team still, just because if he ends up with one of the Gammas, you can keep them together until you float the other Gamma onto that rotation. And then the Gammas are still able to get their links and stuff like that active, right? It really depends on how the rotations go, but even if Gamma 1 isn't with them, he's still like a basically support character with 50% reduction. Pretty decent defenses as well. We have Gogeta Blue here doing his thing. If Broly supers him, I actually don't know what he would take. This is my 55% Gogeta. He could live. I've seen a clip of like a Rainbow Gogeta living the super attack from this Broly for double digits. So, I mean, we'll see right here. He could die. He might die because, again, 55% versus Rainbow is pretty different. But this is 3 supers here. What do you take here? Yeah, he still do die. 754k. Funny enough, if we got the extra additional super, I think he might have been able to live. But, oh, I think that's fine, right? The physical phase could have been interesting to see this Gamma 1 and 2 against, but the EGO phase is definitely the hardest. The physical phase does hit a little harder, but no defense debuff. And the thing is that, Broly has a cooldown of 10, so after that super attack, we wouldn't have seen Broly super in us anyways. And considering that the Gammas took, what was that, 87k from the AGO Broly, even though type disadvantage is a thing, I don't think the Gamma 1 would have died with the full 80% reduction. He would have taken even up to 300k damage, but I don't think he would have died, man, which is really insane. But the Gammas are cracked, absolutely cracked. They really still might be like, you know, I think personally Beast Gohan is the best unit in the game, but they, I don't know, it's them and Broly, to be honest, fighting for 2. I think it's kind of crazy what these guys are able to still do, even like once you get Gamma 2. Gamma 1 and 2 together is really good, but like the Gamma 2 core breaker does so much damage, and then Gamma 1 post exchange, if you get the orbs with him, he's invincible, man. He literally cannot die either. 80% reduction and then 550k defense starter turn. And keep in mind, he gets way more defense when he supers because he gets 50% attack and defense when attacking. greatly raise attack and defense for the turn, and then he also raises superclass allies defense for the turn. So that 550k goes up to like what, 775k. Then he gets 100% there, so that goes up to 1.4 million. And then keep in mind that he also does get 30% on the 12 key, so he goes even farther than that, right? Considering that he's doing a guaranteed additional super as well. Just really disgusting, this Gamma 1 card. So, I mean, specifically this guy is like second best character in the game. If we consider the turn where we use the finish skill into this guy, disgusting. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.